This is what you're going to hear repeated, something similar to this, over and over and over and over from now until November. It's never going to end. They're not going to stop until every baby that could have been born has been placed in jeopardy or peril. Now, this woman's syllogism, if you will, is so just wacko baked. I mean, this is Leave Planet Earth stuff here. This is people that write sitcoms or parodies can't make things like this up. But this is what they're going to campaign on.
Jacksonville, we have a shared history, you and I. You've seen me lose my hair to chemo. You watched me on the air when I frankly had to vomit between segments. There was a time when I doubted I could make it. Now imagine, if you will, imagine if the government took away the freedom to determine my own treatment. Think of it. Politicians prescribing what medicine, for how long, and at what physical and mental cost. Think of how much closer we are to that today than we were yesterday. Because if the government can reach its way into the OB office or a fertility clinic, where, I ask you, will it stop?
I would take this woman. That's enough. We don't need to hear any more of her inane, diabolical stupidity. I would take this woman in a fair and balanced and sane world, and I would have gone into that hearing and I would have strapped a noose around around her ankles, and I wouldn't have carried her. I would have dragged her out by a horse, and I would have strung her upside down into town square so that the people could all view this witch that was conspiring to kill all their children. The cancer in your breast, ma'am, was never going to be born and breathe. The cancer in your breast was never going to get an education. The cancer in your breast was never going to speak. The cancer in your breast was never going to think. The cancer in your breast was never going to university. The cancer in your breast was never going into a medical lab. The cancer in your breast was never going to propose a cure so it could kill itself before it could be born. Do you know why? Because it's a cancer. It does not have a life, it doesn't have a soul, and it's not a human being. As a matter of fact, it is a parasitic infection in a human being. So to compare the treatment of a cancer to the method in which and the time in which you can murder an innocent soon-to-be-born child, this is some kind of witchcraft. This is what warlocks and what sorceresses practice, ma'am. You are nothing more than a pathetic excuse for an exterminator. That's what you are. And to advocate that and to say to the people of Jacksonville, Florida, as their mayor, that this is a par, this is an apple and an orange and an orange. No, it's not. Did anyone in Jacksonville, Florida, take this harlot to task? I am done playing any sort, we must go into the square and we must go eye to eye with these people. Why? They're not going to the square going eye to eye with the babies they want to kill. Your cancer cells don't have any defenders demanding that they be allowed to live, stupid. Child does, and it should. And shame on you as the mayor of Jacksonville. I would impeach this bitch today. Yes, I just said that. Impeach this wench today. Of course, I suspect that many of the young women of Jacksonville probably agree with her because they have no brains to think with, have no parents to educate them otherwise, and certainly don't have a clergy that can instruct them anymore. Well, that's on us. But to not call this evil what it is, that can't be on us. You have to call that what it is.